It was last weekend, the first weekend in months where I didn't have a single plan. No birthdays, no family obligations, no noise. Just me, myself, and whatever the hell I wanted to do for the next 48 hours. I woke up late, my flat was already warm from a heating system that I don't even have to think about, and I strolled into the living room where I pressed a single button on my brand new Nespresso Virtuo Plus Deluxe. In 30 seconds, I had a piping hot Americano in my hand and a day of endless possibilities ahead of me, all without wearing any pants. In the modern world, we live like kings. Actually, no, we live better than kings. Take any figure from history. A millionaire tycoon from the 60s, a global merchant from the 1800s, royalty from the Renaissance, and show them my small one-bedroom central London flat. They would think I was a god. The 54-inch flat-screen TV mounted on the wall, a microwave that heats food within seconds, clean water on demand. The rest of human history couldn't even hallucinate this level of comfort, and yet we treat it like it's nothing. I sat on my sofa, sipped my coffee, and felt that sweet, sweet caffeine warm me from the inside out. For any of those historical figures, this moment would have been the catalyst for something great, something real, but instead, I fell into the same old trap. The TV was on for background noise. I scrolled through Instagram, then Twitter, then I headed to YouTube to catch up on the content I'd been too busy to consume during the week. Before I could register a single original thought, before I could even fathom the concept of boredom, the sun was down, the day was dead, and I didn't feel rested, I felt used. Zuckerberg, Musk, Bezos, and whoever the hell it is that runs YouTube these days, they had all had a go on my brain, and I was left on the sofa feeling manipulated, betrayed, and abused. This wasn't an accident though, this was a surrender. In this day and age, we have effectively cured boredom. We treat it like a disease ready to be eradicated, rather than the necessary psychological soil that it actually is. Traditionally, boredom was the uncomfortable pressure that forced the mind to wander, to invent, to create. It was the friction that sparked innovation. But boredom is hard. Look at prisons. They are the most widely used form of punishment in the modern world. But honestly, what's actually bad about being in prison? You get fed, you get a bed, and if you're a social butterfly, well, you've got roommates to keep you company. There's not one single thing about prison that is physically difficult. It's the fact that it's boring as hell. That is the torture, and out here in the real world, we are terrified of it. It's no secret that our attention spans are rotting. The advent of TikTok and short-form sludge has done irreparable damage to the younger generation, to the point where they can't function without a strobe light of visuals flashing in their faces. Fast forward 20 years, and the average office worker will only be able to read an email if there's a Subway Surfers clip embedded in the Outlook app. We have traded the architecture of our own minds for a digital pacifier that never stops dripping. The impact of this constant stimulation is devastating because it murders our capacity for presence. Even when we are physically sitting across from someone that we like or love, the mental habit of the infinite scroll remains. We're twitchy. We've developed a physical urge to jump away from the current moment the second it loses its high-octane luster. We are never fully with another person because we are constantly anticipating the next ping, the next notification, the next injection of dopamine that our little drug-addicted brains yearn for. We have optimized our lives for engagement, but in doing so, we have sacrificed the slow, deep attention required to actually see another human being. Our newfound inability to sit with ourselves has made us cowards in our connections. Real relationships are inherently inefficient. They require emotional labour and a tolerance for the awkward pauses where genuine bonding actually happens. But the modern world provides us with 1,000 digital exit ramps. The moment a conversation becomes difficult or, God forbid, dull, we retreat into the safety of our screens. We are choosing the easy, high-reward interactions of the digital world over the messy, taxing reality of a heart-to-heart. We aren't just losing our ability to focus, we are losing our tolerance for humanity. If this trend continues, we are heading towards a society of hyper-stimulated hermits. We will live in homes perfectly calibrated for individual comfort, where every psychological need is simulated by algorithms that never disagree with us. We will lose our shared boredom, you know, that strange, quiet bonding formed on long road trips or rainy afternoons, which is the mortar that brings us together. Empathy is a slow, inefficient process that requires us to dwell in someone else's discomfort. In a world that prizes immediate dopamine, the art of staying with another person's pain will simply vanish. The only way to save our social fabric is to reclaim our boredom. We must learn to sit again, unencumbered, not as a waste of time but as a preservation of our dignity. It means intentionally choosing the uncomfortable silence over the dopamine-releasing, neuron-activating digital drug. The next time you feel that itch of boredom on your sofa, put the phone in another room. Sit with the silence until it stops feeling like a threat. It is only in that quiet, uncurated space that you will find a thought worth sharing, or a reason to finally walk out of the door and find a real person to talk to.